Again. The live stream I did earlier today, I was walking around the streets of Montreal and talking to you and telling you about what I saw and what I've been up to while I'm here. We talked a little bit about the question of the month early on, and then I got cut off. It probably was 29% battery life, and then all of a sudden it just dropped down. So I don't know if my connection within walking around the city was really bad or not. So I thought I better pop back on. Now I've been charged back up again, and we've had a full day of activities, running around and doing things with my daughter and I. So we've had a good time. It's been a bit rainy here most of today, so it's been more of a shopping day. We've done Costco and filled up the freezer and the fridge a bit with some things that she needed. We did go out to the mall and look at a few things. Didn't buy anything there, but did have a go look around. And then we've come back here. We went out for some Korean barbecue for supper, and we went to Krispy Kreme donuts and got a few treats there for dessert. The girls are now all gone out to a birthday party, so it gives me a little bit of time here by myself to watch some television, but that's why I thought I'd just pop on and say hello. I don't know if anybody else is going to be around. It is later in the evening for me, which means that there are probably some people in Western Canada, Western United States, the central part, that are still around. In Europe, probably most people have gone to bed. People like Stephen in Australia or Basil in India could be around, but I haven't done any notifications saying that this was coming, so people might be out doing other things. But I did want to pop on just to say that I'm sorry that the battery died and the live stream got cut off. And I figured I'd just see who might be on tonight. Maybe there won't be anybody, I don't know. But yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a quiet night in tonight. Tomorrow here, it is going to be a little bit of snow. They're talking about 10 centimeters of snow could be falling in Montreal tomorrow. So I didn't want to be doing too much driving around, so we're not doing any of that. We'll probably stick local here and do just a few things that we wanted to get done that we can hit on the metro maybe. Yeah, they didn't even talk about maybe going to a movie or something like that. So it will be low key. And then Monday I will head back to New Brunswick, and Tuesday I have off from work, so it gives me 2 days there to get home safely, and then just relax a little bit before going back to work on Wednesday. But you know, I've had a great visit here, and we've had a lot of fun doing different things. I put out a couple videos so far of some of the stuff we've been doing. I haven't recorded everything I've done, but I did put out a little bit so you guys kind of get a glimpse of what Montreal is like right now. And yeah, just enjoying spending some time with my daughter who's here at university. And so right now, it's just kind of quiet time. Who's on? I see there's a couple people have logged on now. I don't know if you're able to type or if you're watching it on television. Who knows? But thanks for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up if you're paying attention and you like what you see. Just a little bit of a talk to say sorry for the live stream. You know, it really bugged me that I was doing something. Hey Jane, welcome. Glad you've come on. I was just saying how it bugged me when I was doing the live stream today, and my phone just died. I couldn't say goodbye. I couldn't say you know, anything. It just the video cut off, and it just seemed like it was unfinished business. And there were some people that were chit-chatting. I know people were communicating back and forth, so I hated the fact that the video cut off in the middle of their conversations too, because I know people sometimes tune in so they can talk to other people in the community. And Ida Marie and Stephen, I know, were having a bit of a conversation there, and then all of a sudden, boom, the live stream was done. So it took me a little while, got the phone charged up, and then we went off. Well, we watched the F1 race that took place today. No surprise, Max Verstappen wins again. Checo comes in second, and then Charles Leclerc with Ferrari comes in third. So there's your spoiler alert if you didn't watch it, but that's what happened. The one kind of storyline from the Formula One race today is that the replacement driver for Ferrari, because Carlos Sainz had appendicitis, he wasn't able to drive, so they brought up a young kid. He was the third youngest F1 person to ever do an F1 race, and he did really well. He finished in 7th, so he got some points for Ferrari, and it was just nice to see how well he was doing out there. So that was our experience. We had this fun, we watched the F1 race. There was a couple people over here at the apartment, and there was a little party going on because one of them's their birthday is coming up too. So it was kind of nice. Her mother put some things together, who was also here in town. And then after that, we went out in the car and went to Costco and the mall and just did a few things while it was raining. So yeah. So Jane, what are you up to? You watched the video live after you. Yeah, it was all right. You slept through. So yeah, so I'm sorry that you watched that live video and it just ended. It really bugged me, as you can tell, that normally I'm well prepared. My phones are all charged up and ready to go for these things. But some of these videos I'm just kind of doing on the fly because I'm away from home, and I still wanted to have contact with you guys. Now tomorrow, normally I'd be writing some postcards because it's Sunday. I won't be doing that, so there probably won't be a video out tomorrow. I think I'll probably maybe even taking a break tomorrow from video. But today I put out a Montreal video. I did a live stream this morning per normal, and now I'm doing a second live stream that was just, I figured I'm here by myself. I had nothing else really going on. I was gonna watch a television program, so I've kind of got TV primed in the background, I guess, to watch. And I thought, well, let's just go on, see if anybody else is out there, what anybody else might be doing tonight on a Saturday night. I know everybody else probably is very full with other things going on, so I'm glad, Jane, that you were able to communicate at the bottom here, and that you're up and around and watching it. Hopefully you've had a good day. Have you done anything fun today? What's the weather like where you are right now? I see there's a couple other people that have joined too, so welcome. Having a blast here with Dea. Yeah, things are going really well. There's not very often that Dea and I just get to spend one-on-one time. It worked out that I had a few more vacation days, personal days that I could use up. Dea was asking for us to come up to visit. Shanda didn't have as much time off, so she really encouraged me, why don't you just go up, go visit with her? And I was hesitant about it because I didn't want to do that long drive all by myself. And then, you know, it's an expense that I didn't really need to do, but I think it's been a good investment to come up here to do it anyways. We've had such a good time. The videos that I've put out, you can see some of the things we've been doing. Dea also has a TikTok called F1 Dea, and if you get a chance to go look on hers, you'll see some videos of some of the things that we've been doing too. She's been being creative and putting some of the fun things up there. So yeah, so we've had a good time. It'll be a sad one. I've got to go back on Monday, but reality has to kick back in. She's got schoolwork she needs to do, so I need to get out of her hair for that, and I need to get back to work and pay for this trip too, and all the other things. Now, one of the things we did talk about, and I've mentioned it in the past, that both my wife and I will be turning 50 this year. My wife just turned 50, and so we thought we'd celebrate by doing a trip. So we kind of nailed that down. We put a deposit in on it. We are going to do a cruise. It'll be our first time doing a cruise. It leaves out of Venice, Italy, and then it goes to a couple stops in Croatia and a couple stops in Greece. It's only 7 days. It's kind of going to be a nice thing. Give us a first-hand experience of what cruise life is going to be like. I probably will be away for 10 days total, and I will do some videos, and my wife knows that I'll do some videos. She probably won't be in them, but I will want to show what the cruise ship is like and some of the things that we can do on it. I will probably take some pictures and some video of some of the stops that we do along the way too. I'm really excited about Croatia. That was the one thing that we were looking for on the cruise. When we were looking for areas, it said, no matter what we're gonna do, I wanna go to Dubrovnik in Croatia. That is one of the filming locations of Game of Thrones. So I really wanted to see some of the sites firsthand, and we've been told how affordable Croatia is to visit. And so we're glad that we're gonna get 2 stops in Croatia on this cruise and get to experience a little bit of it. So I'm looking forward to that trip. That won't be till the fall though, so there's a long way to go. But that will kind of be the next big thing to look forward to this year. And I look forward to sharing that with you guys when I get back, because I will film and do some stuff. So there will be a break in the action of post-crossing and some of the other things going on. Hey Amber, welcome, welcome. Sorry you missed this morning, but I was able to show you a card that you sent, so that was very nice, and I'm glad you got a chance to watch after the fact. Hopefully everything is going well in Missouri. You can see Jane is on as well, so got my "This is not a drill" shirt on today. You can hear out the window. It's been very windy. If you watched the live stream this morning, it was so windy out there. I don't imagine the sound quality in that video was great, me going between the buildings. But yeah, I wanted to show you a little bit what Montreal was like right now. Now it's still windy out there, but it's raining coming down now too, so I can hear it hitting the windows of the apartment. So I'm glad I'm not walking out in the streets today and exploring anything. We were lucky to go to the Illumination Festival yesterday. It was the 25th anniversary of it. Today is the last night for it, so I'm glad we went last night when it was beautiful out versus today where it's just pouring rain. Jane tried to write something, I see. It just says "message retracted." So maybe she's rethinking it and putting it out again. A little bit of a tickle in my throat. Now, one thing I may have to do, there is a convenience store close by. I might have to run to that and find a beverage for tonight. Get a Gatorade or a chocolate milk or something like that. There's not a lot to drink here other than water. So I'm a person that I don't mind drinking a little bit of water, but I can't drink solely water. I did buy a 2-liter bottle of Coke because the girls here say they usually go and buy a can of Coke every day, and it seems like a bit of a waste to buy just a can at a time, so I bought a bottle, but that's all gone now too. Amber says the St. Louis Zoo is doing a new festival this year, and it's a lantern festival. Oh, that'll be nice. So you've got lanterns all over the zoo, or just along the walkways between the different animal areas. Have you done it yet, or is it something that's still happening? And they have a ton of huge silk and metal statues. Very nice. Well, if you end up going with the family, you'll have to take lots of pictures. It's interesting to see what all the different festivals are. The next thing that I'll have to shoot probably in Moncton will be one of the big car shows that we have. It will be the 50th anniversary of this car show, and one of the planned events to celebrate the 50th is that they are going to have the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard will be doing a jump in the parking lot. I guess this happens at quite a few different places along the way. They jump these chargers, but this will be the first time that it's happened in Canada. So I'm hoping I'll be there to do a whole bunch of filming and film that as well. I put out, I think, the last 3 years of the car show. I think I've put videos out on that, so I'll look forward to doing that again. I've got a good relationship with the owner of the event, and so he always lets me come in and do lots of different filming. I try to do it a little bit different. I'm always focusing on the cars, of course, but try to get different types of ways to look at it, whether it's talking to vendors that are there or doing it from their perspective. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do this time around that might be a little bit different. But just having the General Lee jump, and if I can get some film on that too, I think it'll be really cool. Sounds exciting, Amber says. Yes, I think it will be. If you're into cars, it's the place to be, because there are a lot of nice custom cars and old cars that are there. Sometimes there's a few modern cars, but not very often. It's mostly classic cars and hot rods. There is a second car show that we have in Moncton in the summer, and so they have those all outside, and then that's where you'll see all sorts of different cars. You're going to have more exotic cars will show up at that one too, but they'll still have hot rods and classic cars too, which you have at any car show. And then what do we get into? We start getting into spring, and well, tonight is daylight savings time. We talked about that earlier this morning on the live stream, so we're going to lose our hour of sleep or an extra hour tonight. But it just means we are getting closer to spring, so the last remnants of winter hopefully will be happening in the next couple of weeks, and then it'll be all done. Jane says, oh, the woman that she mentioned who went to McGill University is originally from Ontario. Okay. Well, not too far away then. Ontario is the next province going west after you leave Quebec. It is the biggest province territory-wise in the country. I know when we moved out west to Vancouver, because my wife and I spent some time out in Vancouver, we drove, and so we went through New Brunswick and then into Quebec, and we stopped and visited with some friends here in Montreal for a day, and then went on, and then we got to Ontario, and it took us 3 days to drive through Ontario. 3 days? Yeah, I think 3 days, because one of those days we hit a snowstorm and the car ended up in the ditch, and we had to spend the night at a hunting lodge. That was the closest place, and they lost power and they didn't have any food in the morning for us, and the tow truck company came to pick me up so we could go try to find my car again because of the snowstorm that was happening. So we were so glad when we hit the province of Manitoba, which is the next one over, just to say we were through Ontario and done, because we'd been there way too long. But it took us 6 or 7 days to drive from New Brunswick all the way to British Columbia on the west coast, and Vancouver, where we finally ended up at. So it takes a long time to drive through. All that being said, the lady who was from Ontario went to McGill University here in Montreal, Quebec. You can see how just one statement by you guys as you type your responses can leave me off on another tangent somewhere else to talk about something completely different. I guess that's why it's fun to have these live streams. One that you guys get to ask questions and communicate amongst yourselves as well as with me, and it kind of jogs things in my memory of stuff that maybe I wouldn't talk about normally. I see 6 people are on now. I really wasn't sure who was going to be on this time of night. I've never done a live stream this late into the evening before. And late for me, because I know for some of you it's still earlier in the day. Jane and I right now are on the same time zone, in the Eastern time zone. Normally I'm in the Atlantic, so 1 over. And Amber, you're in the Central time zone, if I remember. No worries, Amber. I know motherly duties, parental duties have to come first. So yeah, you get the kids ready for bed. I know we're at this strange time. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna run this live stream tonight anyways. I just really wanted to come in and apologize for the earlier one getting cut off, and just saying hi to everyone. I thought, who knows, maybe by coming on to a late live stream, there might be some different people in too. Not that I don't appreciate you guys, Amber and Jane, you guys are the only one seems to be on here chit-chatting, so I do appreciate you guys helping out by keeping the conversation going. And you can see I've got a bit of a tickle, so yeah, I definitely will need to, if not get water, go down and get some Gatorade or chocolate milk or something or other. Probably not any more pop. I'm kind of popped out, or soda out, if you will. You don't want to drink too much of that anyways, that carbonated. It'll get you. When we were out at Costco earlier today, night Amber, we got everything we needed, but the people that were with me, my daughter and her friend, Joe, I can say his name, I guess, we were getting a few things, and Dea was getting a little hungry. It'd been a while since we had anything, so we ended up just getting hot dogs and beverages from Costco. They are only $1.50 for a hot dog and a drink. So for the 3 of us to have a little bite to eat and a beverage, $5 with the taxes and things, you can't beat it. Jane says, yes, I just saw you pop on. I'm trying to make myself get ready for church in the AM, but I may oversleep again. Well, make sure your clock is ready and you've sprung ahead, you should be all right. We won't keep you up too late here. We are 20 minutes in on a live stream. Just see if anybody else pops on to say hello or if there are any other things. And then otherwise, I will sign off and thank you guys for coming on. I'm looking at the clock. I probably should, if I'm going to get this beverage, I probably should go and put the jacket on and go and get one soon here, just in case the convenience store closes. I'm not sure how late. They probably are open till 11 o'clock, so I probably still have a few hours. But all right, Jane, have a good night. And I'm going to say good night to everyone else, too, who was on. And we will talk to you soon. If I don't put a video out before I leave here, I definitely will when I get back to New Brunswick. So you guys, have a magical night. Have a magical week.